What is up and welcome back. Today we're having a look at the deck profile of the Rescue Ace deck that I'm going to play post banlist. So I'm playing 3 Impulse, really nice to see. You don't really want it going first, but going second, this is amazing. This is really what gets you going second. We have 2 Hydrant. We don't really want to see it in our hand, but it's nice to have. Usually we want to special summon this from the deck. We're playing 2 Preventer. Going first, and also just for recovery, this is amazing. Having to, getting back any banished Rescue Ace monster, usually the airlifter that I have here, one off, of course. If we could play 3 of this, we do. This is the best and usually only normal summon, well, other than Hydrant at least. And you know, normal summoning this, getting the Hydrant from emergency, doing the combo using Preventer or Turbulence, banishing the airlifter, and then going second, not going second, turn 2, we get the Preventer in the graveyard and special summon the airlifter out, and we have recursion for next turn. We're also playing 1 Fire Engine. Again, we put the Impulse in the graveyard, trip the Impulse, special summon the Fire Engine. When our opponent special summons anything, we'll get the airlifter, and we have, well, basically we have 2 bodies on the field. And our Impulse is generating itself into an emergency. Unless we already have emergency, we're gonna search some of the other spells. Also, if we already have the Preventer in hand and the Impulse going second, we can Impulse into the Fire Engine going into the airlifter. And then airlifter tribute itself for the Preventer. We also have a Book of Moon here. Amazing. And of course, the one-off Turbulence. I see some running 2. I don't really see the reason for it. Like, you do it in your normal combo, but yeah, this is like the only thing that could happen is something like Fenrir banish face down. I don't really see any use for it. And also Turbulence and Preventer is more or less breaks, going second. I'm playing 2 of the emergency, 2 is enough. We usually get to shuffle every turn. So yeah, and 1 of each of the normal, well, not normal, but the more regular spells, 1 rescue, 1 alert. We have 1 headquarters. We're gonna shuffle as much as we can with this deck. Every turn other than the first that we have, we're gonna shuffle 4 and get anything back. We're playing the usual Extinguish, and for a little curveball of what I've seen for most deck lists, we're playing the Reinforce. And this Reinforce is really key. Like setting 4 with the rescue, the emergency, the Extinguish, and the Reinforce. And throughout the combo, we rescue, activating because Hydrant can activate, of course. We can, during their opponent's turn, banish the rescue from the graveyard after having it used, and we can get the rescue back into the spell trap zone. This is also very good into evenly, because usually we'll just end with the Celantis and a Hydrant or any rescue ace. And when they go into battle phase, we can emergency send the Preventer into the graveyard, special summon the airlifter, getting anything for next turn. Like, we're gonna have the turn now. We will have the rescue in the graveyard, of course. Reinforce we activate to just get into the graveyard, and usually we just lose the Extinguish. But at this point, we probably won't be needing that much of a grind game. And then we will either keep the we need to keep the Hydrant, because then we want to, after evenly has resolved, we banish Reinforce, we set the rescue, and then we just bring back the Preventer, and we have a Book of Moon for our opponent's turn, along with any other anything else we'd have in the hand of combo. This is the main engine, a lot of cards. Other than that, we're playing 3 Diabellstar, 3 Wanted, and an OSS. It's just the bare minimum to get out the Hydrant. Really don't need anything else, but we do want to see the Diabellstar as consistent as possible. So yeah. Now for non-engine, I can go straight into the searches here. We play 1 for 1, and we play Reinforcement. Like, this is getting out the Hydrant and getting the airlifter. Like, Reinforcement is basically just another airlifter. Though playing hard into Droll. So usually I'll side these out in case anyone plays Droll. For hand traps, I'm playing 3 Ash, just straight up good. Nothing new there. The Ghostborn, I found this actually more used than I thought. So I don't play any impermanence. I don't really think impermanence fits in this deck, considering that we are setting 4 every turn. And Ghostborn is really good. So of course you could play Veiler instead of this. Would probably do the same, but the nice thing about Mourner is that it doesn't actually have to chain a special directly to the special summon. So like you can, I guess Veiler doesn't need to either. But when you tribute the impulse, you can still Mourner in that special for that special summon of this. Well, on the chain, we're playing Nip. Nip is gonna be really good this format, no doubt about it. After a Palooza ban, and we won't really see that much of special summons. Of course, there is still the Yubel deck playing Phantom. But yeah, usually the Nibiru on itself is amazing. Also, especially for Yubel, we're playing 4 Bestials. We're playing 1 Magnum, 2 Druid, and a Baldrake. I probably could play another Druid Swarm, but I feel like the 4 is fine here. Usually see them. I'm playing 2 Talents and a Call By. Yeah, no real explanation for this, just great card all in all. And then for the banger of the deck, in the main deck, we're playing Spooky Dogwood. So, for me at least, when I'm playing this deck, I want to grind as much as possible. Getting the traps set as much as possible with the Turbulence, getting everything back with the headquarters, just, you know, grinding everything out. And if we're playing Dogwood, we'd more often like get another turn for free. So even if we were to break on the first turn or get heavily hand trap or anything, like the Dogwood is just it does something to it, right? I usually say at my locals, it's the maxi of the TCG. Like it doesn't have the same kind of implication, but yeah, I feel like it definitely deserves a spot in this. So yeah, for the extra deck, we're playing some mandatory cards. I feel like they're mandatory. We're playing Relinquished, SP, Promethean Princess, Salmon Great Phoenix, and Celantis. I'd say these are absolutely mandatory. Going first, these are just the combo. Usually not the anime, but the SP to make sure that our Turbulence is safe. Getting Turbulence into Promethean Princess to, you know, summon back. And then Raging Phoenix and Celantis to just end on this. The usual end bot I go for is a Celantis alongside with a Rescuers monster, usually Hydrant. And like the 4 sets, Hydrant, Celantis, usually just enough that it's really hard to play through, right? We're playing Selene and Access Code. And alongside those, we're playing 2 Charmers. You could, of course, play more Charmers, but I don't really see any other Charmers being useful for this, at least. Like, our deck is mostly fire, and the anime is dark for that. And after this, you could, of course, talk about playing Fiend Smith in this deck. And I did before the ban list, but it doesn't really feel as good, right? And because of that, we have like 5 or 6 flex spots in this extra deck. And you could more or less play what you want for this. Sorry, but Phoenix, I feel like is better here. Phoenix is very good into this board and also breaking boards, so therefore I'm also playing Unicorn with this. Talking about breaking boards, same reason that we are playing Underworld Goddess and a Typhon. Like, worst case scenario is the thought of this, at least, that like I haven't tested this too much, I'm gonna be honest with you. This special without the post ban list. But I feel like we have these 5 or 6 flex spots in the deck. We might as well play something that can help us break the board even more than it already has. Like, the deck itself usually plays through quite some interruptions depending on the player, of course. But yeah, these will just help you break it even better, even harder. And then we're playing the hard flex spots, I'd say. These honestly could be anything. The Sunlight Wolf we've been playing before, and also being able to add a Rescue Ace monster back for emergency next turn. It feels alright. There was a combo with Beatrice sending something like Ash, like a little bit gimmicky, and adding it back with Sunlight Wolf. That's of course also an option if we let's say game 2 and the opponent drops Cerulean and we Ash it, we can get the Ash back for next turn. And IP is usually good if we go against something like Tenpai or what is it called? Tenpai or Voiceless Voice. Like having some back row removal. This deck really is missing back row removal. So like ending on IP instead of the Celentis maybe. And being able to go into Unicorn, Phoenix, or SP if we for some reason didn't use it during our first turn. It feels kind of better, right? And for the side deck, this is nothing too new. We're playing Cerulean, crazy good going second side deck. And alongside that, we're of course playing Phantasme, and also still going second. We'd also been able to use Evenly Matched against something like Stun, like especially heavy back row decks that this deck usually struggle against. Evenly really helps you, right? And especially with the Phantasma and the Cerulean, like you're gonna draw it. If we are lucky enough to draw the Phantasma or Cerulean, of course. Talking of back row, playing against something like Fire King also. Cyclone, like Fire King, Yubel, Stun again, I guess. Back row removal is really good. We could also consider playing Lightning Storm and Feather Duster alongside of this, but instead I'm going for the Ghost Ogre. I feel like it's great still. Like sometimes you can hit the Tenpai with it. It's isn't really that important, right? Now that their field spell is gone to 1. I guess it's also an opportunity to remove if they try to synchro summon the Tenpai player. And also it's good against Yubel, right? Getting the Nightmare Pain or the field spell removed with this. I feel like it's pretty great. So that's the profile. Let me know if you want combos or tutorials. I feel like this deck is really, I don't want to say straightforward, but it is not too combo heavy. But yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.